What's going on, folks? On the air with VA3EWV. That's right, we always say it twice because it's nice. On the air, VA3EWV. AllStar EchoLink Friday Evening Net. That's right, we're going to be getting started here in a little while. See if anybody shows up. I'm always excited if somebody shows up and always surprised, too. So we'll see what happens. And we'll get this shared out on a couple places so we can get the net started. I'll share the link there so people can watch us live. Alrighty. Okay, folks, we're going to get started in just a few minutes. We got the live going now, which is pretty cool. Okay, we're getting some people in there already. That's what I'm talking about. I see a call sign already in here. Kilo Echo 2, Foxtrot Whiskey Echo. So at least we got one person in there. Two more minutes, folks. 2 more minutes. Okay, we have another person. Okay, we got VA3GIC out there too. Oh, okay, it's piling up. It's piling up. That's what I'm talking about. This is exciting. Get some people out there. Let me share the screen too while I'm at it. Okay. Just a couple more minutes. We're going to be getting started. We got some folks out there. KE2FW. Okay. Kilo Foxtrot 4. DOG is out there. DU10ZR is out there. BE1SMC is out there. Baby's walking all around. Single side that makes the sound. FTA comes through so clear. All right, this is kind of exciting. We got some people out there. That's what I'm talking about. Always amazed. I'm always amazed when I see that. Every part a new hello. Smiling faces, reports are given. Turning dials, making friends. Handbands, love that never ends. Morning sun and evening breeze. Biggie's message crossing seas. From every corner, wave of hand. Biggie travels desert sins. Biggie talking all around. Single side that makes the sound. FTA comes through so clear. Good evening. The time is 8 p.m. Good evening, everyone. The time is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is Ernest, VA3EWV on the air with VA3EWV AllStar EchoLink Friday Evening Net. Before we get started, let's pause for any emergency traffic. Please come now. Okay, folks, good to see everybody out there. I'm always blessed to have folks joining us out there.
I see that we have quite a few already here. Also, we do live stream this via YouTube. Just letting folks know so it's not a surprise to you. But we do have a YouTube channel out there, and you can go back if you couldn't make it, and you can go back there and look at the replay. You can also tune in there if you're too busy to get on the air. So this net is a unique net. We have 3 rounds. So what you do, the first round, there's a topic. The second round is what you're doing for the weekend or what's happening cool in your life. And then the third round is throughout the net, you get pen and paper so everybody grabs something to write with. Get pen and paper, write down call signs, stuff like that. We have a lot of people on here with that do different stuff in radio, and we've had a lot of cross traffic at the end of the nets. So stay tuned and let's have some fun. Just going to pause and we're going to get in there with it. We already have 7 people already logged in tonight, so this should be fun. Also tonight, folks, so for some of you for some of you guys that are frequent flyers with us, I do want to take a moment there and recognize our dear friend who has passed away, Devin, VE1DXW. Devin was a regular on the net. Him and I met during our advanced class there here in Canada, taking our advanced certificate. When I started getting EchoLink up and running, Devin was one of the first people I talked to because he was sick and shut in there. And we talked on EchoLink all the time while he was in the hospital. He had got a brand new radio, ICOM something another. ICOM some kind of radio. And he was telling me that I got a brand new radio in the box, and he was going to have a procedure. He had to have a leg amputated. So it was him and I on EchoLink all the time, morning, noon, and night. And he was always calling out around 6 in the morning. He was an early riser. And we also had a little friendly competition going in on the WRL there. So I want to just take a moment of silence here for our friend Devin, VE1DXW. Okay, and if you're watching on YouTube and want to watch the replay, I have Devin's his obituary there on the screen there. Devin Bones, why not? So, yeah, Devin was a good friend of mine. I called his brother, and he answered the phone, and they sound so much alike, it scared me. I was like, oh, is this Devin? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, okay. I don't believe in the afterlife. If you're dead, don't be scaring me. Okay, we have a house packed here tonight. The topic tonight is not going to be anything gloomy, but I just want to know because some stuff has happened to me, and I was like, wow, I want to have people have their stuff ready. And here's what I mean by stuff. Uh, let me pause for a second and gather myself here. Before I get started with that, and I always forget, let's check for, we do have short time check-ins from time to time. If anybody here is a short time check-in or anyone on the repeaters wishing to check in and do a quick in and out, let's do that first, and then we'll get started with our topic. So any short time check-ins, please come now. Victor, Echo 1, Sierra Mike Charlie. Shane, come on in, Shane. This is Devin's brother. No, Shane, come on in and say a little bit there. Over.
Yeah, VA3 Echo Whiskey Victor, Victor Echo 1 Sierra Mike Charlie. Thanks, Ernest. And just a long day of work with me here, both 8.5 hours of work there, so I'm just a little bit beat, but I just wanted to come in here and listen to your dedication there to Devin, the one DXW, and just to say I've known Devin. I've known Devin for when I was in the fire department, and that was over 18 years, 16 years ago. 16 years, and he came to me back in 2018 about amateur radio, and I've had my license since 2003, and he came to me and wanted to get the amateur radio course, and I guided him and helped him and get set up, and luckily the local fire chief who taught me put on another course, so Devin got his license, and it's just it kind of hit me hard. There last Sunday when I found out there, Ernest, and just the thoughts of him telling me, if it wasn't for you, I would never have gotten into amateur radio. And the Icon 7300 is the radio, the new radio he was talking about there, Ernest, and he's was very proud of that radio. There's going to be a celebration of life next week here in Liverpool, Nova Scotia, at the Fire Hall for Devin, and I'm going to try to see if I can get a video of that for you. The VA3EWV. I did speak with Nick, with Devin's brother, Nick BE1 and JW. Of that idea there. So I'll turn it back to you. I've talked long enough.
We definitely appreciate you being out there. And that's going to be a little bit of the topic tonight. These things happen. I think I think I've lost about 6 friends this past year. It's crazy. So I do have a topic for tonight. But I want to also, since this recording, I want to give this to his brother there. I'm recording it so we can give it to him. But I want to read this this poem here. And this is for Mr. Bones there, who I would say was a really good friend of mine. So here we go. This is in memory of our silent key Devin, VE1DXW. This is VA3EWV calling VE1DXW. This is Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey Victor calling VE1DXW. This is Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey Victor calling VE1DXW. No contact, VE1DXW, silent key. 73's in Godspeed. My chair is sitting empty, my calls no longer heard. My radio rests quietly, from it comes no words. On my shack door is a message that reads from me to thee. My frequency is much higher now that I've become a silent key. We're going to miss you there, Devin. 7-3, VA3EWV. Okay, folks. That's our tribute to Devin there. He was something else. And he was trying to beat me in the WRL page there with the most contacts. I think he did inch past me on a couple. So, when I'm out there doing some QSOs, I'll remember him and, put a couple in there for him. Okay, our topic of the night. Let's get started on that. So I got one of my first radios I got was from a silent key. It wasn't a silent key. His name was Art. And when I was trying to get my license, Art said to me, after he got diagnosed with some form of cancer, he says, look, if you get your license, I'll give you your first radio. And I took that test 6 times and I failed it 6 times, and Art did not get to see me get my license, but I did. I was going to give up, but I didn't. And when I got my license, I wasn't going out trying to, get the radio. His wife was a ham as well, and I just wanted to call her and tell her and she had moved by that time to be closer to her family. But I wanted to call and tell her that I got that test and I passed with basic. I didn't have my HF, but I had passed, and that's all that mattered. I was going to get on the air. Let me pause. Anyway, I didn't know what kind of radio it was, and it was a Wuxen. If everybody's heard of those, it was a Wuxen dual band handy talkie. And I turned it on, and of all you guys that have been around radios for a long time, you get that little scratch in the, like you turn it on, you can hear, with the scratching and stuff. So I turned the radio on there, and it had a little scratch, got it all, programmed and stuff like that, and got it ready on the air. And anytime you press the button, you would hear that crackle sound. So I named it Old Scratchy. And what I did with that radio, once I got started getting use out of it, I would meet new people. They were getting into ham radio, just like myself, didn't have money for equipment, et cetera, et cetera. So I would pass Old Scratchy around. And I said, look, if you want to keep it, keep it. And I told them the story behind it. But if you want to give it back, bring it back. So that radio went out from my house and to the hands of about 5 or 6 people. And it always made its way back. Old Scratchy made its way back. And then I let a guy named Michael, he's a silent key now, Michael Walsh. That's going to be a part of my topic tonight. I let him use Old Scratchy, and everything was going good. And then I didn't hear from him for a couple of weeks, and I found out he had passed away. Now, here's the thing. Didn't know who to contact. I know he lived by himself, and I wasn't going to go try to find the radio, right, or anything like that. But I was like, you know what? The rule was it goes with the person, and if it comes back, it comes back, and if it doesn't, it doesn't, right? So my topic tonight is going to be, now I've done this for myself. My topic tonight is, with all the radio and all the equipment and stuff that you guys have you guys made it official or told anybody what you want to do with your equipment? So with me, if I'm still living here in Cornwall, Ontario, I've already put in my will that whatever the ham club is that's closest to me, they will get all my equipment, unless one of my kids or my grandkids can get licensed within 1 year, because that's the rule in Canada. If you can get that license from the other person within 1 year. 1 second. So anyway, VA3EWV returning. I'm going to make them hustle for it. So they have 1 year, and it says it in the will. If they can't go get licensed in 1 year, all my stuff that I have, without any hesitation, is going to go to the local club, and that's going to be that. So they can give it to somebody else. So here's how we get ready, folks. You guys been waiting for about 13 minutes there. So we're going to get started. We'll first see if anybody wants to say anything in remembrance of Devin. And then the topic of the day is, do you have a home for your radio equipment once we have gone over to the frequencies into the sky? Okay, any short time traffic or anyone want to say anything about Devin before we move on? Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3 Julie, India Charlie.
Net recognizes Victor Alpha 3 Juliet India Charlie. Come on in there.
Good evening, Ernest. This is Jim, Victor Alpha 3 Julie, India Charlie. I just wanted you to know we're actually coming through hams over IP to you tonight. On the goodness of a friend of mine, KF4DOG. I'm going through his AllStar Node, which is through hams over IP, and he'll probably check in right after me. So, yes, to answer your topic, yes, I do have where my stuff will go if I ever pass away.
All right, so many people don't have that. So I'm glad you got that all sorted out. One thing's for certain, we're all going to pay tax and we're all going to get away from here, right? So I don't know if my stuff will be worth anything, but the way my wife looks at it, she might think it's worth millions. She probably thinks she can retire off and only have two radios. But my Anytone that I bought brand new with a little a Bluetooth looks like a handy talkie that came with it. GPS thing and something else. It was around $450 something. I paid cash for it. Here's the Bluetooth thing. So I can show folks on the YouTube there. So I got this with it. Looks like a little handy talkie. It operates the radio for about 30 feet. But I paid like $450 for that radio, and I see it almost $800. Some places over $1,000 now. And then my Yaesu that the wife got for me as a surprise gift for me passing my advanced. I think her and my friend Rob VE3RF. I think it was around $1,300 Canadian when they got that, and I think that thing regular price is like $23 now, or $18 on sale. So I think with the two radios and my one POTA antenna, I think my wife can retire easily there. Back over to you there, V3GIC.
Absolutely, Ernest. Well, we lost a ham here in Southern Ontario, and my HF rig is an 891, which I use for POTA. So very special to me. And my other 525 is his too. So it's very special. So we must honor those SKs, and I just want to give a special thanks to Mike KF4BOG allowing us to use his AllStar to come in on Hams Over IP tonight.
Roger. Thanks for that. Yep. And I saw the call sign K4BOG. So good. Hopefully, I logged my ticket for it. So hopefully, I can be doing the Hams Over IP next. Okay. Let's get to. So I am using NetLogger, by the way, folks. Just to let everybody know, I use NetLogger every week. If you want to follow along, you can follow along there. Our first person that was here today was Kilo Echo 2 Foxtrot Whiskey Echo, John. So John, first round, come in with your call sign, your name, your QTH, how long you've been a ham. If you want to participate in the question of the day, you can participate, and that's how we do it. So John, we'll pass the mic over to you. KE2 Foxtrot Whiskey Echo.
Hey, good evening, everyone. This is Kilo Echo 2 Foxtrot Whiskey Echo. My name is John. I'm in New Jersey, in the United States. Got my license about 5-6 months ago. Got the technician. Immediately went after the amateur, got that. And now I'm just trying to set up rigs. I have a Balfang handheld and a Retevis 95, which is a copy of an Eddie-Tone 778, I think. And I'm slowly working on installing that in one or more of my vehicles so I can swap it around. But I've been checking into local networks for New Jersey. That, it's like a bunch of guys that get together. They chit-chat in the morning about where they're eating breakfast and where they're going, what they're doing for the day. And then at night, there's a net control for traffic going in and out of New Jersey for emergency services. So that's kind of interesting. My background is I was an electronics technician in the Navy in the 80s. And I've been in project management for wireless telecom ever since. It's just taken me a few decades to get around to getting my ham radio operator's license. But as I head into retirement and finding things to keep me busy, I think this one is either going to drain my pocketbook or drive me crazy. Back to you guys. Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming in there. That's Kilo Echo 2 Foxtrot Whiskey Echo for everybody taking notes out there. All right. Got the Balfang. That's right. Old Scratchy was my first radio. My Balfang, my pride and joy that I still like better than all the other radios I have, was given me by my friend Victor Alpha 3 Echo Victor, which our call signs are so close. But he gave me that one, got it all set up for me. And man, I ran the hell out of that radio. And then he calls me over and says, hey, let's do a swap. And then I got a Belfane Tri-Bander with 220. And then, hey, I look at that as my good radio. I know some people are out there turning their heads, but I got the Yaesu 65T, and I'll try to use that radio, and it just doesn't do it. I don't know. I don't have no fancy stuff, but I got that one. I got it actually for fox hunting, so it does a good job with that. But when I'm going out on town and I put on my Sunday clothes or something like that, I bring my old Belfane with me there. Come on. All right. Anyway, thanks for being out there. We have 2 more rounds. Hope to see you out there. We also hope to see you again on the net. The next person out there, VA3GIC, which was James. I know you came in on the AllStar, the Hams over IP, but you're on there next. Anything else to say, James, before we move over to Mr. Michael there? Anything else, James?
This is Victor Alpha 3 in the attorney, James. Thanks for picking me up today there, Ernest. I do appreciate that. And my own trusty radio overall with no shame. I love it. It's durable, it's cheap. And because I love it so much, I had to have 3 of them. So, there we go. Yeah, you just take what you get, and they do wonders. They're modified so much now. I don't think they know who they are anymore. It's really nice. And it's really nice to talk over the phone here to you tonight, Ernest, rather than EchoLink, because I don't have to wear a headset with this. So back over to you, Ernest. This is Victor Alpha 3 in your turn.
Roger. And for those watching on YouTube, I do have the Digital Voices United Kingdom multi-round robin net. It's on Saturday evenings, 2100 hours UK and 2000 hours UTC. We're going to have James come back in a little bit, folks, and tell you about those IP phones he needs to get out of his house. And we'll bring him in for that. So thanks for being out there. Our friend Rob said hello, everybody. VE3ARF, quick in and out there on YouTube. We have 7 people watching right now on YouTube, just to let everybody know. Anyone on the VE3 PGC or the VE3 IDK repeater wishing to check in, please come now.
2 Echo 2, Echo Quebec Lima.
Victor, Echo 2, Echo Quebec Lima. John, how's it going?
Good. Name is John, Juliet Oscar Henry November. In Monkland, Ontario. Been a ham since the mid-70s, 1970s. First radio was a Kenwood, my first shortwave receiver was a tank radio made by Canadian Marconi called the Model 52. And then I had an RCA 88, which was a tube receiver. And then from there, I went to an FT100, which was before the 101 series of Yaesu. First HT was a Kenwood TH25 AT, which was a 10-channel HT. And before that, I had a Icon 202 Crystal 2-meter radio. With that, I'll pass it back to Ernest.
Hey, John, my grandson, Knox, recognized your voice. He goes, is that John?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Hi, John.
He said, hi, John. Hey, John, before you go, the topic of the day is, do you have anything set in motion for, when we say the long goodbye there, do you have anybody set up or anything set up to take care of your radio stuff there, over? Because you have a lot of radio stuff, by the way. Yeah.
Roger, because I do a lot with estates in terms of personal property, I have made arrangements for the radio, but right now I'm in the process of downsizing. I'm giving a lot of stuff to Value Village, which is like Salvation Army in the States or over here, but not radio equipment. Anything that has value, I'm trying to sell, but I am giving and getting rid of a lot of stuff presently.
That's right. And if I remember correctly, maybe I don't remember correctly, but you know, some of us are tasked with trying to take care of our buddies' stuff. I know one of my friends there was in charge of taking care of art stuff and trying to, you know, post it up and let people know what's going on and this and that. So yeah, that can be it can be rewarding and fun, you know, when you're putting stuff in people's hands, especially new people, young people, people that did not have stuff like myself. I got a lot of good stuff. Thank you, John, for being out there. And you have a good rest of, if you're sticking around, we got 2 more rounds. Okay, any other folks on the VE3 IDK or VE3 PGC repeater before we go to our next person? Okay, we have some DX in the house. We have some DX in the house. Delta Uniform 1, Oscar Zulu Romeo. Delta Uniform 1, Oscar Zulu Romeo. Ricardo, if you're out there, please come on in and give us a word.
Doug?
Yeah, Delta Uniform 1, Oscar Zulu Romeo.
Oh, so
Yep. So this is our EchoLink AllStar Net. And just to let everybody know, some people come here for the first time and trying to get their equipment working, and we stay and we help them out. So one more time, Delta Uniform 1, Oscar Zulu Romeo. Hopefully I didn't put them to sleep there. You know? Come on in if you're still there.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to move on to our next person that's up there. Whiskey November 5, Bravo Sierra Alpha. Whiskey November 5, Bravo Sierra Alpha. Please come on in. Is the radio working? Is the radio working? Okay. Okay, hopefully everything's working on my side. Whiskey Echo 1, Sierra Mike Charlie. Whiskey Victor Echo 1, Sierra Mike Charlie. Go ahead.
Yeah, VA3, Echo Whiskey Victor, Victor Echo 1, Sierra Mike Charlie, thank you. Ernst, yeah, my very first radio, and I should backtrack a bit, my first license was in 2003 when I got my basics, and I got my advanced in 2006. So my very first radio was an ICOM V8 handheld, and that was tough as nails, real tough. In 2006, we were doing some work at getting a new repeater installed at Kitchi-Wakuchi National Park, the big federal national park here in Nova Scotia. And I was up a fire tower where we were going to be installing our V1 KPJ repeater, and it was going to be a solar panel. So I had my V8 too, and my V8, talking to the guys and everything, and it fell off of me and landed. I was off the boat 75 feet in the air.
Oh my God.
And I was trained with fall arrest. So I was trained in that. And when I eventually came down, they handed me the radio, and it was just a little mark onto it, a very little mark. You would never know.
Well, that's great.
That it fell 75 feet. But yeah, that was my very first radio there. Now getting if something never happened with me. That's something I've never thought of, and I should seriously consider what to do with my gear if something ever happens to me. So, yeah, that's something I need to look at, and it's a very good topic you brought up. something I just got to get my act in here, and what if that happens to me, and so my equipment don't get into the wrong hands. Anyway, back to you, VA3, Echo Whiskey Victor, Victor Echo 1 0 like that.
Victor Echo 1, Sierra Mike Charlie in the group. Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey Victor returning. Hey, not only that, you want to make sure that my grandson's having fun here. You want to make sure that it doesn't go into knots. You want to make sure that worse doesn't happen and it doesn't go into any hands at all. I have heard stories in my little 2 years of being a radio operator how Jimmy kicked the bucket there, and they just cart everything up, threw everything in like the Salvation Army or what have you, or a person fell ill with something, a stroke or something like that, and the people just cleared the clutter, and they had no idea what the stuff is, right? So it just got put away or tossed out or whatever, right? So we want to make sure. I don't have a lot of stuff, but what we think is nothing is somebody like it could be help for someone like myself who, when I first became a ham, had no means and no money to buy anything, and I was blessed to be at the Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club, and folks just they just hand you stuff, right? But they hand me stuff because I use it. Anybody who knows me, I use, like, you can't even see the writing on this. My Yaesu 991, you can't even see the Yaesu on it. I've used it so much. Thanks for being out there. We'll break with you and do a quick pause for the repeaters, VE3PGC or VE3IDK. Please come now. Moss, you're going to break something.
Take it out.
What are you looking for? Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Okay, nothing heard. Let's go down to the next person. If I did not make any mistakes, we should be at N5. Hold on a second. Yeah, November 5, Victor Kilo November. Go ahead. We're calling again for November 5, Victor Kilo November. Are you still there? Okay, we're going to also check again for Delta Uniform 1, Oscar Zulu Romeo. All right. If I'm not mistaken now, we should probably be at, let's see, Whiskey November 5, Bravo Sierra Alpha. Let's try that one. Go ahead. I'm not sure, making a lot of noise there, eh?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Whiskey November 5, Bravo Sierra Alpha. Hockey Texas, it all interesting. I just happened to pass through it here a conversation on the radio and thought I'd check in. Not really, haven't really done anything on my equipment when it comes to where it's going to go after 99. I do have it in my estate plan. Most of the equipment I got from my, where I went out to fish with myself. But when that kind of stuff comes back, I'll bring everything off so that you can go back to my helmet or go back to one or two clubs, amateur radio clubs I belong to here in the state. Just give November 5, Bravo Sierra Alpha. My name is James. Back to you, old.
Whiskey November 5, Bravo Sierra Alpha. James, look, we appreciate you being here. Hope we'll catch you again. We're here every Friday night at 8 o'clock. And just to let you know, the reason why we're here, everyone, is EchoLink was something that you can put on your phone. Doesn't cost you anything. You can put it on your PC, doesn't cost you anything. Your tablet. You can even go to a regular web browser now and just go to EchoLink on a regular web browser. You don't even have to download anything. So that's pretty good. I use it when I'm not like trying to peddle it or anything, but I use it when I'm out of the country. I use it when I'm working out of town, when I want to check into the net. It's just a good little extra. it's not a replacement of. It's just like heated seats and heated steering here in Canada is something good to have. So I just want to let everybody know that we're out here. For the people who are trying to check in for the first time, keep coming in and out. Don't worry about it, and we'll try to get you in the log there. Hey, before you go there, James, how long have you been a ham there? Over?
With November 5 volunteer out, I've been a ham for the past going on 3 years now. Prior to that, I was a CB operator for many years, and got away from my hobby because I was raising kids, and once they moved out, I had a friend that we ride bikes because we motorcycles together. We spent a long time there. He was my help. And he had hey, why not get back into it? When I was a female. So for the last 3 years, I've been going to 3 years now. I've got my general license and spend more money than the salt. That's just part of it being in a hobby. November 5 back to Mexico.
Roger. Yeah, man, we spend a lot of money on this hobby. That's what I said. My wife, she's gonna think from 2 radios, she's gonna think she's gonna be able to quit her job and everything. Oh goodness gracious. Oh yeah. Good to have you out there. Hope to have you in there again. Okay, next on the list, NX3F. Mr. Allen, I think this is the longest time it took you to get on the log there. I see you still hanging in there. Mr. Allen, come on in. How you doing today?
Hey, good evening. All right. And next, this is NX3F. My name is Alan, Alpha Lima Echo November, and I'm located in Temple Hills, Maryland. And I got my ham ticket back in 1972. That's when I pulled the straw for it and passed the test. First transmitter I ever had, transmitter receiver I ever had, I was a novice, strictly CW, so I had a Helicopter S20R receiver, and I had an EVA 20-watt transmitter and an 80-meter dipole. Made a lot of contacts with that thing. It was really, really exciting. Sorry to hear about Devin. Condolences to you and everybody that knew him. I think I worked him one time, and I don't remember if it was on HF or on EchoLink. I can't remember now. But anyway, I'm very sorry to hear the loss there. Okay. And to answer your question, you know what? I've got more radios here than I have musical instruments. That's a crime shame. Anywho, I got to get the arrangements get that squared away because that is very, very, very important. So I got to work on that. Back to net control. VA3EWV. This is NX3F.
NX3F in the group, Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey Victor returning. Yeah, I don't, this is not something that I look at as being gloomy. It's just taking care of your business, right? For years and years and years, we had no will and stuff like that, or nothing written down or nothing. And I started putting stuff together, and within 2 years' time now, I have to go make some changes. Like we sold our RV, and my daughter was very glad. My adventurous daughter was very glad that I was like, "You can get the RV," and I'm like, "No, we sold it." So my son-in-law there, who likes to help me around the house, I'm like, "You got the tractor, right? But if you PIS this off my daughter, then you don't have nothing." But the radios and stuff like that, people say ham radio is done. It's not. There's so much stuff that's coming around and stuff like that, and I got people out there that I've met at the parks. They're like, "Oh, this looks interesting." And these guys are going crazy with CW, trying to get on CW and these little QRP radios and and you know everything's in the back pocket and the Antoids can, and folks are climbing on top of this parks on the air stuff and outdoor stuff like you wouldn't believe. So yeah, no, but not yet. No, but I know for a fact that I put in mind the kids because I got grandkids and stuff like that, and if they want to just keep the stuff because they're in the shack, like you see one of them there now. But if they want to keep it and get on with it and get their call sign, oh heck yeah, you know. And then if not, that's okay. One of the clubs will take care of it. I always wipe my stuff down and keep it nice and neat, right? It is definitely not lightly used. It's worn in, so it'll be a good rig for somebody when I get out of here. All right, let's see who else we got. I think we might be down to the last person. Who has not been able to check in? Let's just start with that. If anyone has not checked in, because we have so many people out there, please come now.
This is F4 BOG Kilo Foxtrot 4 Bravo Oscar Golf, the AllStar repeater owner. Good to see everybody here, and over to you.
Yeah, Roger, good. Yeah, and thank you for letting us use that tonight. Michael there, if you want to come in with your name, your call sign, how long you've been a ham and stuff like that, that'd be great. And if you want to participate in the question, go ahead. Everybody that's still here too, we have a round two, and the round two is what you're doing for the weekend. It could be anything, even non-radio related, but just because I'm nosy. And then the third round, if you've been taking notes and someone said something, you want to get a hold to them, we'll do that. So come back on in there, KF4BOG. Hey, Chris.
Roger.
Okay, info. Okay, we'll get you the log there.
Oh gosh, I've been a ham since 1995, and in answer to your question there, when my time comes, I think I will probably give my equipment to a club. Will be most likely the way I'll go with it. We do that same deal where the person's estate, families donate it to a club, and then we turn around and we sell it, and make sure the radios go to a good home.
Mm-hmm.
No people are going to use it. So anyway, back to you, KF4BOG.
Yeah, thanks for that. And I'm glad we're getting a couple people thinking because, we don't think about anything like that, right? Some people don't have nothing. I used to work at Capitol Memorial Gardens. I was worked for the funeral and cemetery there. And you would not believe the fights people get into just over stuff, right? I was in there trying to plant someone, and the people were just having a big fight over the clothes. Like, Miss Mama would have wanted to wear this, and Mama would have wanted to wear that. Then they went into blows. I had to calm them down. So yeah, you got to be on top of that stuff. All right, let's see. Anyone else wishing to check in on any of the repeaters? Because we do have several repeaters and things connected today. If you want to check in, please come now. KB6JFL. I knew I had to forget something out there. I see you out there. We got you in there. Let me see if I have you in the log too. Yeah, I got you in the log now. Come on in.
Okay, very good, Ernest. I was beginning to wonder. I logged in here before 5 o'clock, and boy, it was a fast list. Anyway, like said before, licensed in 1975 in June, at the age of 14. And my first radio was a DX40, which had the separate VFO that I called them the true silver square boxes. So I started to hear about Devin. That was a little rough here and there after hearing him last week there checking in the hospital, and that was kind of rough there. So I had a classmate from the year I graduated, 1978, passed away too this week. So been a rough week all the way around. Speaking of rough, I'm getting tired of summer. It was 109 degrees today Fahrenheit, and it's around 43 degrees Celsius. So other than that, it's time to cool it off. My grandson's marching band's first football game halftime shows tonight, and hopefully it gets below 100 before that. Anyway, it's straight up.
Hey, that's awesome. I was in marching bands in the States there before I moved to Canada. I was in marching bands for a long time, even throughout university. So love that, love the practice and the heat and all that stuff like that. It's something we did a lot in in southern states. Nobody even came to look at the football team. Like if you were in the band, you had the girls, you had the leather jacket. It was nice. I loved it from like grade 6 or something all the way up through university. I actually got most of my school paid for my band scholarship, my choir scholarship, so that's pretty good. So I got Devin here on the board there on upper side band. So Devin, because we were like I was saying, we're in a now I don't ever use USB. I just say SSB. So I'm so in memory of my friend Devin, I'm not going to mark anything with upper side band and let him keep that victory right right there. I think he was ahead of me on DMR too, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll let him. Yep, he was at 368. Wow, that's a lot. I'm not even on the board. So yeah, we'll let him have those two. So Devin, if you're out there listening, you can hang on to the DMR and to the upper side band there. Okay, we're at the so me. I gotta go. Someone tells me all the time you never say about yourself. So my name is Ernest Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor from St. Andrews, West Ontario. I've been a ham for 2 years. I got my HF back in April of 2024. I got on the radio HF full time in July, so I've been have celebrated 1 year now, and on HF, I've had a lot of contacts too. I've been told that I have a lot. So if I go to my little QR, and this is just stuff that's, I guess, so 24,078 QSOs that were put in the log. I know I did more than that. But oddly enough, these are all on HF and stuff. Isn't that something? So yeah, I put my radio through the paces for sure, and I got 14,000 of those confirmed. So that's that. My first radio was my old Scratchy the Wookson. My second radio was the Bell thing from my friend Rick there. But my first radio was EchoLink. It was my iPhone 6 Plus. So that was my first radio. So yeah, I have my stuff together with the wheel and stuff like that, and hope everything goes where it's supposed to go. If not, I'll hunt the hell out of anybody who gets it that it didn't go the right place. And that's that. Okay. Anybody else before we go to the second round, which is just what you're doing for the weekend? Anyone else want to check in? Oh, and we do have some folks on YouTube. We had Chris coming in there, November 5, Victor Kilo, November, saying 7-3. We got you in the log, Chris. He said he went to transmit and it locked up on him. So we'll see if we can get him out there again. We'll also try Delta Uniform 1 Oscar Zulu Radio. If you're out there, try it again. Go ahead. Okay, we'll start with our round 2, what everybody's doing for the weekend. So the first name I see on the list here is, well, we'll go reverse order. Kilo Bravo 6, Juliet Foxtrot Lima, come back on in.
Okay, very good, Ernest. I gotta get out here pretty soon anyway. Gotta get ready for the game tonight. And the game tonight, the football game. A lot of people will be watching that because they're at their class and their division. They were first place in the state of California last year. So
There you go.
that ought to be an interesting game. So anyway, other than that, keep cool, everybody. I know I can't. Summer will be over here probably sometime end of October. It'll finally start cooling off. First of November there a little bit anyway, I hope. Anyway, catch everybody later next week, and again 73.7.
Okay, thanks for being out there and always coming in. Thanks for being a frequent flyer. We'll hope to see you again next week. 7-3 to you, and have a good time at the game. All right, next person on the list, Kilo Foxtrot 4, Bravo Oscar Golf. Come back on in for your second round. What's going on fun with you on the weekend? Excuse me.
I wasn't sure if you were calling me or not. This is KF4BOG. Not really much for my weekend. I've just been playing around with the AllStar Node, which I'm going to have to disconnect my side here because I've got to go take care of some stuff. But I'm just letting you guys know that I'm going to have to disconnect my side here for a while. But thank you so much for having us, and we'll talk to y'all later. KF4BOG, disconnect.
Okay, there, KF4BOG. We're going to be silent here because I know I can't disconnect mine unless people stop talking. So I'm going to pause for a bit so you can get out of there. 7-3 to you. Okay, he's disconnected. I didn't know that. You know, I got my AllStar Link, folks, and took me about 3 or 4 months to get it going. And one day I was trying to get off of there, and then I found out the hard way that if people are going back and forth, you can't get out of there. So there you go. Okay, NX3F, you're up to bat next. What's going on with you on the weekend?
Yeah, VA3EWV in the net versus NX3F. Well, me and the missus, we're getting ready to hit the road tomorrow for a week. We're going down to South Carolina, down to the beach, hang out like young folks. Ha ha. Yeah, we'll get down there and chill out for a little bit. So we should be back next Saturday, but I'm not taking any radios, but I definitely will take my phone, so I definitely will check in next Friday night to the net, keeping that going. So other than that, as a matter of fact, this week, I have not been on the radio at all this week. Nothing at all, because I've been doing other stuff. So I haven't had a chance to get on the radio. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm not sure how the bands are. Okay, other than that, 73, everybody has a good, blessed week. And let's hope things remain quiet. VA3EWV, this is NX3F.
Roger, NX3F. Have a good week out there. And you have me giggling there. Yep. Have fun out there. Don't get too much sun. Okay. And yeah, good to have the phone. Yeah, I had to, as you probably heard, July, the first part of July, well, the last part of May after our cruise, all of July, because the wife wanted me at home and wanted me to pretend to be a husband and stuff. And I saw my rankings just like falling down in all the things I was trying to compete in. But you know what? There's like I have a friend saying there's more than life than radio. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with the grandkids and stuff, being poolside and stuff like that. Yeah, it's good to get away a little bit. But I'm not giving up my Friday. So just so you know, so I had to put the foot down for that. Thanks for being out there, and we'll see you next week if the Lord says the same. Okay, one more time for Delta Uniform 1, Oscar Zulu Radio. Go ahead. You know, I just thought of something too. We don't have many DX people here. This says Pina Milania Maduro. So it could be that our friend does not speak the same language. You know, I never thought of that. So let me just throw that call sign in the QRZ right quick and see what's going on with that. By the way, folks, y'all can look me up on QRZ too. And yeah, so they're from the Philippines. There we go, from the Philippines. All right, moving right along there. The next person, Kilo Echo 2, Foxtrot Whiskey Echo.
VA3EWV Kilo Echo 2 Foxtrot Whiskey Echo, John in New Jersey. Not much going on this weekend. I just got done with my son's band camp tonight. He's in the marching band. You guys were talking about marching band.
Yeah.
He's a senior in high school, so this is our last year in the marching band before he goes up to college. And always enjoyable. My wife puts on a great spread for one of the dinners during the band camp weeks. And my daughter's in town, and my other daughter's out in California. Might be able to get out and go to a movie with the wife, and just enjoy the cool-off period we've had here on the East Coast. So that's about it. Back to you. Kilo Echo 2, Foxtrot Whiskey Echo. Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to have you out there. Kilo Echo 2, Foxtrot Whiskey Echo. You know, when y'all come back, if y'all come back next time, we got to see what instruments. I played the baritone. It's a low brass instrument. It's kind of sounds like a trombone, but it's got valves. But in the marching bands down south, we do them over the shoulder. So it's like the big tubas, sousaphones. We not the ones that wrap around and with the horn front, but you know, the serious like DCI, Drum Corps International, they always have the shoulder instruments. So I played that. I may be able to even find a picture or two. But man, it was nothing like the band and the sound of the drums and stuff and marching into the stadiums and I still watch Drum Corps International stuff all the time. I got here to Canada and my heart was broken because they don't have the bands and stuff like that. All the schools around here, they usually do guitar lessons or something, or the the recorder. That's about it. That's all you're getting around here. Okay. Yes. So if I missed you, come on in. I think I'm down to the last person. So if I have missed you or anybody on repeat or wish to check in, come on in with your last comments, and then we'll get this wrapped up. This is Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey Victor, waiting for your call. Okay, so I didn't miss anybody. Thanks for being out there. Like I was saying earlier, and for the folks that are watching on YouTube there, I have it up on the screen. Our friend James has a net tomorrow, Saturday, 2100 hours UK time, 20 hours UTC. FREED on DMR, excuse me, talk group 53085. D Star Reflector, X-ray Lima X-ray 299-U, AllStar Node 511780, and Hams over IP 53002. He also has a lot of VoIP phones that he wants to get rid of. And he's last time he talked to me, he says he'll give them to you for free. You just have to pay the shipping. So that's how that goes. All right, one last call before we turn on some music here, not on the radio here, but on the YouTube there, because we always play 2 songs to get your weekend started. And they're ham radio songs made by my buddy there, VE3ARF. Any last comments before we go to YouTube there? Please come now.
Good evening. The time is 9 p.m.
Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. This is Kilo Echo 2 Foxtrot Whiskey Echo. I got a question. AllStar. So it was easy enough to get on EchoLink. I got that on my iPhone. And I've heard that the audio quality on AllStar was far superior. So I registered for an AllStar account, but I'm having trouble connecting. I'm not sure if there's an app for it on my phone, like EchoLink. I did see one, but it was a paid app. It was like $7.99, which is not a big deal. I'm just wondering if there's something free out there, or is there a way to connect on a web browser? This is Kilo Echo 2, Foxtrot Whiskey Echo, John. Thank you.
John, that is a really good question, and that's why I'm glad that we have different people out here. I don't know the answer to that question, but I think that NX3F may know. I don't want to put him on the spot, but he may be able to get you in the right direction. But maybe it was someone else. NX3F, were you the one telling me about the app for AllStar or no? Over.
Yeah, it was me. But that app was specifically so that if you had a AllStar Node connected up, you can use your phone to control the node via the RF link going into the computer and then into the internet. That's what the app is for. But yes, there is. I believe there is an app that you can get. Somebody else might want to verify that. I thought I saw an app that you can get. You can load it on your phone, and it puts you right into the AllStar network, so you don't have to have a connection, an RF connection, from RF to PC out to the internet. I thought I saw something like that. I thought I did. Somebody else might want to look at comment on that, but I'd have to stop and think where I saw that thing if I saw it. Go ahead.
Roger. So Kilo 2 Foxtrot Whiskey Echo, we got you. We got your call there. We're gonna look and see what we can get and help you out. If nothing else, if you're on QRZ there and you have your email up, we can drop you a line and help you out with that. Now I'm talking on the VE3 PGC repeater because I was always getting complaints about my AllStar Node with humming and stuff. I'm going to move over to the AllStar Node in 2 seconds there, and then you'll hear the difference with me going through the repeater. Now, here's the thing. When I connected to the VE3 PGC repeater, I connected to its AllStar Node. That's what I did. But I'm also talking over the air on it. So let me just switch to my AllStar Node, and you'll see the difference, and people will tell you it doesn't sound as good as EchoLink. 1 second. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning on AllStar Node. AllStar Node 60092. Testing 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 testing. So this is what my node sounds like. I don't know what it sounds like to you guys because I can't hear it. But over the past 2 years, I would get complaints about the humming or whatever. So I just connect to VE3 PGC repeater there. So what I'm on right now, I don't have my camera on it, but I'm on no watts there, going through the node. My node's down in the basement in the far corner of my house, away from the shack there. And I'm just going through my main antenna outside on the lowest wattage possible. Back over to you, just to let you hear how that sounds. KE2 Foxtrot Whiskey Echo.
Yeah, net control. Yeah, I can hear it different. Maybe it's different while I'm local here in the Northeast. But I can hear on the other networks that I listen in on that. It's crystal clear. Trying to configure a node is beyond my capabilities at this point in my ham experiences, but I'll get into it, and I'm always doing more research and such. But just to let you know, the app I was talking about is called Repeater Phone, and that does both EchoLink and also.
Oh.
It is a paid app, like I said, but it's like the other gentleman was saying, it's not for controlling a node. It's for actually getting on and just being a user on other nodes, I think. I'm sure one of these days I'll pony up for it and download it on my phone. And I'll be back on the net. I subscribe to your network. I put it on my calendar for Friday night. You run a good net. There's no people stepping on each other, which I really appreciate. And I look forward to listening in and getting as much information from experienced operators as I can. 82 Foxtrot Whiskey Echo. 78 everybody. Thank you very much.
Thanks for being out there, and yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, we're a good little bunch here, and I'm always amazed at how many people show up. I come in the shack every weekend, every Friday, thinking it's just going to be me, myself, and I. And it's always a good bunch of folks, and we learn a lot from each other. I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on that repeater phone, though, 799 for you guys watching on YouTube there. I have it up on the screen there. So it says connect AllStar Link nodes using public authentication, blah, 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 high quality audio, EchoLink support, push to talk, yada, yada, yada. So it looks just like EchoLink. So I like to try that. So that's cool. Also on YouTube, we have VA3JAM in. VA3JAM saying hello to everybody and getting his bean in the pot. Okay, anyone else want to have any words before we close out the net? Please come now.
Yeah, this is NX3F. Right quick, the gentleman in New Jersey. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. Yes, that All-Star can be tricky. Really, it can be. Because it took me a while to really get the thing dialed in. It can be tricky, but it definitely can be done. It'd probably be easiest to do if you had somebody to work with you and can remote into your PC to help you get that thing set up, because it can be a real pain in the butt. Excuse my English, but it really can be. But it is very, very, very rewarding. The majority of times when I check into the net here, I'm on AllStar. I'm going AllStar, and then I'm on AllStar, and then from my AllStar node, I'm going into my EchoLink account. That's the way I'm doing it. But this evening, I'm on my phone directly. But and Ernest, you sound really, really, really good. Excellent audio here. So just throw my 2 cents in. Back to you, NX3F.
NX3F in the group, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning. Hey, that's what I had to do. I sat there and beat my head against the thing, but then I went looking on the net, found a guy that, because they'll give you kits and the raspberry this and the strawberry that, and I was like, hell no to the no. They won't have nothing to do with that. So I got a hold of the guy. I have all this contact information, and he's retired, and he builds these things as a side hustle, right? Like that's how he gets his little money for his little radios and stuff. So I've definitely told more people about it, and he's not working, and you get the stuff from him. And here's the cool thing: he said, "Here's what I need. I need your IP address. I need your this. I need your the frequency that you want. UHF or whatever. You give me all. Like he sent me a list of things to just answer. I banged it off there and sent it to him. And when the thing got to my house, I plugged it in, and I was good to go. But he didn't know nothing about EchoLink. So I had to go break my brain, but I found Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is the architect behind EchoLink. He came on and helped me out. I was on a live, and my big butt started crying when I got it working because I heard somebody coming over it, and it was like 4 months of pain. And I went on, just to let you know, he'll talk at y'all's clubs too, by the way. He came and did the presentation at the club I'm a part of, Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club. So that was kind of cool. And then I went and got a vanity call sign for my EchoLink. I have a 4-digit 4399. So that was pretty cool. Just want to let you know. So I can get you hooked up for a person that can go over the phone with you and get you set up for AllStar. And I got the hookup for you for EchoLink too. So you came to the right spot. Back over you for any finals there.
Victor Alpha 3 Juliet in the attorney.
Net recognizes Victor Alpha 3 Juliet India Charlie. Come on in.
Yeah, Ernest, I just want to let you know that I'm on repeater phone right now, and that seems to work pretty well.
Hey, man, I can't wait to join you. I did plug you out there earlier about your net. I had it up on the screen there, and I was telling people they can get a hold to you so you can get rid of some of those phones and stuff, you know? You want to get the chat cleared out pretty quick. Could you tell them how to get that stuff? Or how to reach out to you there over?
Yeah, roger that. This is Victor Alpha 3 Juliet India Charlie. My name is Jim. Julie, and I have quite a few Cisco phones here, 303s and some 405s I think there. If anybody wants them, you just email me at mycallsign@gmail. You pay the shipping and you own it. Hey, Jim, can you, your audio seems to be a little bit on the heavy side. Can you back off on the gain on your microphone? A level, go ahead. All right, is that any better? Oh, Lord, yes. Yes. You got it now, bro. All right, thanks so much for that, Alan. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I had it, it was turned up pretty high. It's at +1 right now, so thanks so much for that.
Man, this is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. I can't wait to get mine up and running in the shack to get on my own net. I know I logged the ticket, but I was gone away from the house all week, and I'm so frustrated with my phone. There's nothing wrong with the phone, but I have an iPhone as old as Methuselah, and I'm so upset because I had a 64 gig, which was like really big back in the day, and more than 30% of the stuff is for the doggone phone. It's taking up the stuff's taking up to run the phone. It takes up 30%. That's not pictures, photos, all the other stuff. That's just the operating system. It's making me pretty mad. So I've had to offload my iTunes thing, offload to YouTube, upload all my videos, and I still have about 2 or 3 gigs. So it's pretty frustrating. So even to run my EchoLink and stuff like that, if there's no space, it's hard to run your apps. So I want to be using my my phone here in the shack there. That's going to be fun. Hey, by the way, can I take this phone anywhere with me, or do I have to have the IP address all sorted out everywhere I go there? Over to you.
Well, absolutely. You can take it wherever you want. Now, if you bought a 525 G2, because it runs off of Wi-Fi, you can literally take that phone wherever you go. So you go play Coda or play in the park somewhere, you can actually take the 525 G2 and tether it to your phone and actually talk on the hands over IP out there in the field.
Well, that's pretty good to see. Okay. Well, what I'm doing for the weekend? Well, I don't want to be doing anything for the weekend. Actually, I've been away from home all week, so I definitely missed the wife there. So I told her I was going to take her to get our nails and stuff done, and she's like, "Yay!" So I'll do that tomorrow. We have our club breakfast tomorrow morning as well, so that's going to be cool. But after that, that's it. when you're working away from home all week, you want to kind of stay at home, sleep in your own bed, stuff like that. So I'm going to go have me a late supper now. And also for my POTA vertical, I always have to put the leads. I only have 3 left. It came with 4, and they've been used and abused. So I went to Home Depot, I think a month or 2 ago, and I got some not very thin wire because I had a friend make me some stuff with a very thin wire, and it's really good, but it's thin and stiff, so it takes me 15 minutes or more to get it untangled. So I have some other wire, and I found out that at the base of my whatever that part is that you put the coax on, I happened to look through the hole one day and it goes straight through. So let me pause for a second. So what I did, I brought the ground radios or whatever you call them with me to Home Depot, and I told the guy to cut me the wire and make it twice the length. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, since it goes straight through, I'm going to just take the coating off right there in the middle there and try to get it through the hole. I don't know how I'm going to do both sides because all the holes line up, but I'm going to try to just get the wire going through and maybe flatten it as much as I can and then stick the other one through the other side. And that's going to save me a lot of time because you just don't know the pain that goes into putting the metal part into the base, trying to get the thing out, and when you get it all pulled out, then it falls out the base. Then I'm trying to do that back and forth, back and forth. I just want to just take it, wrap all the wire at the bottom of it, then go out to the place. It's already there. Move it around to the 4 corners of the earth and get on there and talk. And that's good. That's what I'm going to do. And that's going to be the first thing I've ever done with the antennas. Everything I get is store bought. I've only built 2 things, and that was with supervision. Okay, anyway, that's enough for me. Anyone else want to check in from anywhere, please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Julie, in charge of recheck.
Recognize Julie, Victor Alpha 3, Julie in charge with the recheck. Go ahead.
I think you were talking about the ground areas, I believe you were. What I use on my ground areas when I go play in the park is little clips will go into the ground spike, and I put on 5-6 wires on one clip.
Oh.
Another one with 5 or 6 wires on one clip. And just clip it to that peg that goes into the ground. Absolutely simple.
Well, shoot, that's even better. I didn't even think about. See, I'm one of those talkers, not a tinkerer. So one day I'll be a real ham. I start my CW ops course, and a lot of people always say, why are you doing CW? I'm like, because I'm trying to be a real ham. So one day in my shack, all I have in my shack is 3 monitors, an 80-inch TV, a UHF VHF radio, and an HF radio. That's all it is to my shack. And then there's some books at the back. That's it. So nothing to fix anything with here. Okay, thanks for coming back with that. Anyone else want to check in? Please come now.
Recheck.
Net recognizes NX3F with the recheck. Go ahead there, Mr. Allen, with the recheck. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. EchoLink is it's a little slow. I'm not used to this. I'm used to the AllStar. Anyways, the gentleman up in Jersey. Let me get his call sign and name, and I'll be glad to work with him as far as step 1, getting an AllStar account, registration account, because you gotta have that number. You gotta have that number that they assigned to you. What was the gentleman's name again?
Man, You killing me. I think it's Kilo Echo 2, Foxtrot Whiskey Echo. Is that correct? Kilo Echo 2, Foxtrot Whiskey. Yeah. Come on in, John. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, that's me. I have an AllStar account. I went on the browser, I went on the website, I got the account. I was debating on whether or not I actually needed to build and configure a node, but with this repeater phone app, I think that's all I'm really looking for is just access to the technology. I don't need to build a node on my computer, and actually my computer is Macintosh, so I really, doing stuff on PC. I think the world is built around PC, and I can get Chirp on Mac, and I get that to work, but sometimes I have trouble determining what USB port I'm using. But I think I'm just going to download that repeater phone app and try that out first. But I appreciate the offer, sir, and I'll be on this net again if I want to delve into that further. But appreciate the offer. Kilo Echo 2 Foxtrot Whiskey Echo. My name is John, by the way. Kilo Echo 2 Foxtrot Whiskey Echo.
Okay, John, very good. Nice to meet you. Sure, anytime. Yes, sir. Yeah. That app is built on Linux, however you want to pronounce it. Linux, Raspberry Pi. Generally, you get those Raspberry Pis. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that whole mini PC, the Raspberry Pi 3B, 4B, and 5B. That's what I'm based on. I'm not sure if that will run on Apple or not. I'm not sure about that one. Okay, all right, I'm going to back on out here. I've set it up. So, 73, and thank you. Back in that control.
Okay, folks. Well, I just learned something new. I thought you actually had to have a node. I thought you actually have to have an AllStar node. Yeah. I did not know that you can just get an app and get because I know for EchoLink, you can just get your EchoLink whatever account and you can get a phone and just use EchoLink and you don't have to have anything in your house. But for AllStar, I did not know that you could just get your stuff set up on a phone and then people can just call your phone. That's your node. So I learned something new. There's so much stuff in radio, I will never get around to knowing all of that stuff. Okay, one last call, then we're going to be shutting it down. Any last thoughts? Please come now. This is Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey Victor. VA3 GIC with the recheck. Go ahead.
Ernest, I just text you a picture of those clips I used for the ground aerials on the antenna.
All right, awesome. I really appreciate that. I'm going to get that sorted out tomorrow because I was like, how am I going to do this? And I was thinking about getting a needle and thread or a needle and trying to get it through there because the holes are very small and I don't want to mess up anything because that antenna has really worked well for me, even with 3 radios. And most of the days when I'm out there talking, one falls out. So it's working with 2. But people still tell me I'm getting out all over the place. So there you go. Okay. That's it. So we're going to shut the net down here now. It's I'm always like on anyway. Yeah, this thing goes by so fast. You never even they said good things happen when you're having fun, right? I'm gonna do one more checkout for the Delta Uniform 1 Oscar Zulu radio. If you're at least there and you want to just key up to say you're there, at least I'll know you're there today. But if not, it's good you having you in there listening in. And I think my friend Jeff said, my friend Jeff is checking in there too. VA3 Radio Quebec Sierra saying hello to everybody. All right, DU1 OZR, come on in if you're there. Okay, for everybody else is out there, y'all have a good evening. We're gonna switch it over to the YouTube now, and we're gonna do two songs off the YouTube playlist there, and that's gonna be that. You guys have a good rest of your evening. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor with the AllStar EchoLink Friday Evening Net, saying 7-3, and we'll catch you next week. Okay, folks, we got the we're gonna go to our playlist. So please like and subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. There it is, there on there with VA3EWV. And we have these good little songs over here, Big E's Beats. So that's where we're gonna get started there. And we're gonna do today radio games. All right. And the next one is going to be, let's see what we're going to do next. Let's do radio frequency fun. Yeah, we're going to do this one. Oh, we already did that one. Okay. That's the one that has actual words. I should have known that. Let's see here. Let's do part to part. trumpet solo. Here we go, trumpet solo. Okay, that's it, folks. Turn that off. Y'all have a good rest of your evening. On the air with VA3EWV. We're gonna see y'all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. This is a pretty long net. Anyway, good to always have you out there. 7-3 until we meet again. Be sweet out there.